dear speakers and the other dignitaries, and of course, the students and dear children, I take this opportunity to share a bit things about Boniface. The very fact that I'm here on this stage itself is the transformation. So we have the theme as transformation, and I wanted to take y'all, the introduction is given beautifully, so I thought that made most of my work so easy. I would like to take just like a refresh, okay? And I'm a quadriplegic wheelchair tennis player. The journey to this stage wasn't that simple and easy. That's why I say the body and the soul which is in front of you is a transformed human. I'm born as a normal kid to my parents with two brothers. I was taken to a hospital, a very well-reputed hospital, for cold, cough, and chest congestion. And after a few hours, I was taken out as a vegetable that could not live or sustain for the next couple of months. That was the hope, that was the narratives given to my parents. But here I am. The person who said is no more, but Boniface is in front of you. The transformation that took place in my life, I think, is sports. Sports has transformed me as what I am today and standing in front of you. From sports, I would also like to take the next point is the childhood wasn't that great, beautiful, which supposed to be, in the transformed India that we live today. At least there are so many changes has taken place. So how my journey took a turn is like today, the things are like a lot different from those days. The most beautiful thing that I have missed out in my life was the school. As a childhood, I see my brothers, my friends were going to school, and I was sitting at home and couldn't. For various reasons, my parents were, first thing is, there were not much of awareness of people with disabilities, number one, and how to accommodate a child in a school. So I was deprived, and also my parents felt that, the kids may take advantage of my disability or maybe bully me or, give disturbance when they had to send me to a school. And of course, those days, those schools never had a proper access for people with disabilities. And things went on, and I don't know how to put forth those sad memories, but I would like to take it in the right spirit. I want you all to think, when I say that I'm a transformed person, that means the journey wasn't that simple and easy. It has taken its own tough ways to be where I am today. The next point I would like to emphasize is on the sports, which I am known for today, which has given me the platform, the beautiful platform. But it doesn't mean that there is another side of platform where I had to go through so much. After winning our country's first ever medal, India's independence first ever medal, I was denied an opportunity to go and represent at the 2000 Paralympics. I took the battle to the court. Then I won the battle, but India lost the medal. So the next journey, what I thought was like, okay, I'm a person, I don't sit and crib and cry about people who do good or bad. If people do something bad to me, I consider it, okay, this is not the destination for you. You got to move forward. So I've taken all the negatives I transformed it as a positive. So shifting from one sport to another was a tough transformation for me. But the point that I enjoyed was in tennis, wheelchair tennis, there is no bosses for me. There is no secretaries or the jokers, I call them as, okay, where I have to go get their approvals, their permissions and things like that. All that I wanted was a good team of people to support me, good sponsorship, and then I can drive my passion, which is sport. At the same time, the joy that I was getting representing my country remained the same. Then I thought like, okay, as we move forward in life, what can I do next? So the next journey was I took a drive which came through me through Coca-Cola, the drive that I took from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, where it's called as the Prime Minister's Accessible India program. So I thought this is a beautiful way, because whenever I used to go and ask people, look, I want a ramp. Oh, they say, oh, it'll cost us this much money, that much money. Oh, sorry, we couldn't do this. Okay, then I thought like, how do I transform? Because that's the area where I'm good at it. One day I came out with an idea. I said, if I tell people, please provide a ramp, yeah, they do when I go as a chief guest or a guest of honor, but I can't expect that to be all the time. Then I thought I should create something where people should start thinking sensitively. What I did was I spoke to a couple of people, and my team, Coca-Cola team, was very happy. And they said like, wow, we can take up this idea of yours. I said like, to my team, I said like, look, I have an elderly parents, okay? If my parents will not ask me to take them for a mall or for a movie or for a shopping, but definitely to a place of worship. So the place of worship, doesn't matter which religion you belongs to, we all have our own faith, right? So that I used that as a tool to transform, to change the mind of people. Because unless and until you have your brother, sister, relative, or your dear friend who's on a wheelchair, you don't seem to be sensitive towards that person. Or you feel like, oh, okay, so what? Since it's so what kind of a thing, attitude has always put us backstage. So what I did was, I said to the team, let's take a theme. Let's walk together, talk together, and see together. So since the time constraint, I can't keep elaborating that, but you understand what I mean. Now to come to the stage, the ramp has helped me to come here. In a similar way, if you take your visually challenged friend for a cup of coffee or for a refreshment or whatever, so how do you see together? So you just make those braille. When they touch, they think it's a coffee or a tea or a water. And then the other part, was most challenging for me to transform was, how do we educate ourselves. See, one thing is I can talk to you. I can have communication with you. Even a visually challenged can do the same. But what about the hearing impaired? The simple thing that we need to learn is the sign language. I'm sad and sorry to say, there should be an interpreter here, or there should be somebody who could do the sign language interpretation. It doesn't matter even if you don't have a single audience, but it makes sense. So when you do this thing, I felt like it was so beautiful. When I drove from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, I saw a tremendous transformation that took place at various walks of life, whether it's corporate or whether it's people's day in, day out lives. It was really a beautiful eye-opener even for me when I took this thing. And fortunately, within few weeks of the drive, the Disability Act 2016 was passed both at the lower and the upper level of Parliament, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Since I'm here to address the law students, the transformation should take place from each and every one of you. There is a career, because I know my previous speakers have beautifully narrated about their experiences, about what lies for you all for the future, how you can make your career, how you can drive your passion, and what you can give back to the society that you are being groomed with. Therefore, I take this opportunity to pep you up by saying that you have a career, especially with the Disability Act that has been passed. Plus, you can also involve and engage yourself, whether you're at the corporate level or you're at the medical level, or any part of your journey. Make sure that be sensitive towards people with disability, and there is a law that can protect you, that can guide you, that can help you to give justice when there is injustice is taking place. Before I wanted to conclude my views on transformation, as I started my points with the school, so none of the schools those days could accommodate me. So I took a priority on sensitizing, and I'm happy even to come to this stage, there is a ramp which is provided. Likewise, there are a lot of places of worship where you could find accessible. And if not, please educate, train, and empower. And at the same time, what happens is, while we are so insensitive towards people with disability is, the law should start at the grassroots level. When I say grassroots level, it is from the school, like your LKG, UKG, and your primary school level. Because not many people know what is a wheelchair user and a wheelchair user's life is all about. We come to limelight only when we achieve things, but the journey is really, really, really tough. And we call ourselves as an advanced country, developed country, or developing country. So the criteria, even the world looks at India, that how much of provisions and facilities that you have provided to people of this caliber. Just about 15 days back, I've been a panelist for this G20 summit, where I've been given a role and responsibility to be bringing the implementation of the law where people with disability, senior citizen, and civil, which is very, very important. So I'm very happy, fortunate to have, contributed whatever the best that I could. But at the same time, I also urge and request you youngsters to, to come forward. Don't feel shy. Come forward, and there is a career and there is an opportunity. Before I conclude, I always tell people when Boniface can do, so can you. Thank you.